Hip-hop superstar Drake and former MC turned media personality Joe Budden have had an up and down relationship. Seemingly the two have had an admiration for each other's pens, but also there's been some competition there, a couple jabs and shots back and forth, a little pump it up diss from Drake to Joe Budden on a no shopping record a few years ago, and Joe Budden sent fire back to Drake with like 5 diss records in like 5 days. It seems like the two are on a high right now as they casually comment on each other's posts back and forth on the internet. Drake acknowledges that he watches the Joe Budden podcast, and Joe obviously acknowledges that he's a fan of Drake's music. So when Joe Budden was in the midst of his pool party, it was only right for Drizzy Drake, the biggest star in the game, who's in some downtime right now, reportedly starting the process of recording his next studio album. It's only right that Drizzy Drake makes an appearance in Joe Budden's IG Live to troll a little bit. But he wasn't trolling Joe Budden necessarily. He was trolling himself. In the midst of what seemed to be a lit pool party from Joe and the gang, Drake hopped into the IG Live to ask Joe Budden to play some of his diss songs in the direction of Drake. I want to see if they ring off. Drake continued to bring Pusha T into the IG Live. He asked Joe Budden to play Story of Adidon, obviously the Pusha T diss record to Drake. He said, play it right now and see if it rings off. I promise the only person that's gonna know the words to it is Rob Markman. So obviously you see Drake has a sense of humor towards diss records that were aimed at him in the past. But in the same token, you could look at this as Drake just being his witty self again. And in the same token, kind of dissing Joe Budden and Pusha T's diss records, saying y'all put all this time, energy into dissing me at one point in y'all careers, going all these bars, but no one would ever play your music at a pool party. Y'all let me know what Drake was really trying to do in the comment box below. Drake hops into Joe Budden's IG Live, asking Budden to play songs that Drake was dissed in. Yo, somebody let Drake know the dip from Joe's Live. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids, they are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
TALIAFERRO.
Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Shout out to Mr. TALIAFERRO.
You're watching Mr. TALIAFERRO TV.
Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. Here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.